Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rip continuing Toka's route. Still in chapter 4, but we just stopped by the shrine, and we're gonna to see Toka, because now we have those options. Anyway, I walked over to Tsukumo's shrine and noticed someone sitting near the offering box. Oh, it's Toka. What? No way. The shrine was empty, so I approached him. He noticed me and glanced up. My good fortune bumping into you here. Yeah, it's a very nice surprise. Toka's cheeks flushed red at my words. You're happy to see me? Then it really is my lucky day today. I wouldn't exactly call it luck. You usually come here with Sayaka. It's pretty rare to see you here alone. I wanted to buy a good luck charm for her. Would you mind helping me pick one out, Toka? Me? You want me to choose a charm? Yeah, I really feel like maybe that... See, even Toka thinks that's a stupid idea. He's like, me? The harbinger of bad luck, basically. Who pushes you in front of cars. Who, like, every time you've tripped, fallen, scraped a knee, had bad luck, that's me. You want me to pick a good luck charm for Sayaka. You like her, right? Like, she's your friend. You're trying to not give her bad luck. You want her to have good luck, right? The opposite of what I do. No burdens. Good luck. No burdens. Okay. But you're asking me, the god of burdens, to pick out a good luck charm. Do you see how stupid this girl is? Girl, no. Wrong person to ask. Worst person to ask. Maybe not the worst person to ask, but he's up there in, like, the top 5 of worst people to ask. It's probably in the top 3. Minami might be worse to ask for good luck. Just because he's a demon and all, so... But, like, I just... Toka's a he's a bad choice, is basically what we're getting at here. I mean, I think a charm picked out by a god would be extra lucky. Again! Girl, did you hit your head? I mean, it makes sense because Toka's here, so it makes sense if you fell and hit your head. But, like, the amount of times I've blacked out and fallen on the floor, I have not hit my head enough to be convinced that Toka would be good at picking out a good luck charm. That he, of all gods, would make it extra lucky. That's not what he's going to make it extra with. Then I quickly gasped. Perhaps he would think I was using his status as a god for selfish reasons. No, he's just confused as to why he would think a god of burdens would think he would give it extra luck. Bad luck, maybe. Sorry, that was rude. Forget I said anything. No, it makes me happy. I'll do my best choosing something that'll be of good use to you. Toka wasn't offended by my request, but I still felt bad about it. People usually dislike Tengu. There are very few who trust us to do much of anything. We tend to be very lonely gods. That's because you're harbingers of bad luck and ill fortune. I mean, okay, that's exaggerating. You bring burdens to people. That's why they don't like you. We got enough burdens in society without you trying to make shit worse. Stop multiplying. You're really making everything suck. Like, seriously? Seriously. Toka's melancholic smile tugged at my heart. I don't feel bad for you. I mean, I do, because your job sucks. But, like, you know, do your job worse instead of doing it so well. Let's be real. Toka's type, burdens, the gods of burdens, are doing a really great fucking job. Because, I don't know, the only burden we don't seem to have is glorious purpose. We seem to be burdened with bullshit. Left and right, front, center, east, west, north, south, southeast, every fucking way, direction, form, everything on this goddamn grid is covered in burdens, okay? This is like playing Minesweeper back in the day without having any guide as to how many bombs are planted right next to that number 3. You don't have those numbers to tell you. Only old people or people who were just like, had an old computer remember Minesweeper, but like, shit. But you know what I mean? You didn't have any warning. You just, and the field There's only one space that isn't a bomb, basically, and that's where you're standing. You can't go anywhere without hitting any of these motherfucking mines that these gods of burdens are setting out for us. You're doing too good of a job. That's why nobody likes you. Stop doing it. Do your job, shittily. Okay, do a bad job, which would mean less burdens, because that's what we need right now, okay? I'm just saying. Stop stressing everybody out. That's why they don't like you. You're too good at your job. Anyway. He's seen as a nuisance because he burdens people. Yeah? I'm just saying. I 100%. He did try to have me spirited away once, but I think I'm beginning to understand him. He's actually a very caring god. And that's why your request made me really happy. To say it's extra lucky, nobody ever talks to me like that. Well, that's because you're not lucky. See, I'm just saying. Listen, she's an idiot. But that's why they're going to fall in love and stuff, because she's like, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. He's doing too good of a job. Although, again, actually, okay, no, I'll give you that. The spiriting me away was totally fine and acceptable, and good job on that when you sent me to hell so I can meet Seiya. So, like, all right, I'll give him props for that. You did the right thing then. And to be fair, sending me into some other realm where I could see ghosts in the school, meeting Kureha, yeah, no, that was a good choice too. And then pushing me in front of a car is kind of a douche move, and when I wake up out of that coma, it's going to hurt, and that's going to suck a lot, and the medical bills? Jesus Christ. I'm going to wish I had died. But then we got to meet Sena and Koyo, so, I mean, okay, all right, I got to give him half credit. Not terrible. All right, so, all right, well, all right, Toka, I'll give you that. But, like, the rest of your kind giving us these shitty burden, you're not giving us the right kind of burdens. The right kind of burden would be, oh my gosh, I am in hell and there is a gorgeous hell warder named Seiya who's going to fawn over me forever. Like, okay. You know, that kind of shit. That's the kind of burden I want. You're not giving me that. You're not giving me that. You know? Just saying. At least Toka's giving us the right kind of burden. So, all right, we'll give him a pass out of all the other Tengu, okay? Against his own will, because then he's like, I wanted you to fall in love with me. Well, that's what you get for giving me burdens. I'm going to fall in love with everybody but you. Look, that's not true. I'd rather fall in love with you than Minami, but... I don't know. Anyway. His look of genuine happiness made my guilt melt away. My chest filled with a kind of gentle joy. I smiled back and he swiftly transformed into a human. Come now, let's see what kind of charms they have. Okay, and thank you. Toka took my hand, and though I was surprised at first, I quickly wrapped my hand around his as well. See, he just has an old man face and a little baby bot. It's so weird. Toka picked out a good luck charm for relationships. This one's popular for people looking to find their true love. But its true power lies in its ability to bring harmony to the relationships people have with one another. Oh, I didn't know that. Sounds perfect for Sayaka and me. I feel like that's given her the wrong idea. You're like, this is for true love, and Sayaka's like, it's about time. I always wanted to tell you I was in love with you. I got a man harem, Sayaka, so... That's not what I just meant keeping our bond as friends. That's what I meant too. And then she's gonna go cry. We just ruined her life. Good job, Toka. I do like Toka, but I like fucking with him because he's kind of fun. It's kind of like you want to, like, not give Yukimaro snacks when he wants snacks, so he whines and cries a little bit. And then you're like, oh, look, he's crying. I don't... Because he's kind of adorable when he whines and cries a little. And there's just something sadistic in the fact that I just want to make him cry a little bit. You know, and have him throw his little dramatic fits. And then you're going to give him a treat, but you just want to see the antics a little bit, you know? Sometimes. Not all the time. Just sometimes. When you're feeling particularly evil. These games really have fucked me up, haven't they? They have seriously made me one demented, fucked up human being. I got no excuse. Anyway. As Toka spoke about the charm, the clerk at the shrine shop smiled. So young and yet so very knowledgeable. Quite impressive, young man. Thanks. I wonder if she oh, okay. I wonder if she'd believe it if we told her Toka is a god. Probably not. She'd think you were crazy, but after buying the charm, the two of us left Tsukumo Shrine. Thank you so much, Toka. I just know Sayaka's going to love this. It was my honor to help you. Not really sure how to take being told that by a god. I chuckled awkwardly, but Toka seemed unfazed. Then he tugged gently at my sleeve. Would you mind if we talked for a bit? Of course. I can never say no to you. I'm heading to Sayaka's now. How about we talk along the way? Would that be all right? Doing a little walk and talk? I'd never say no to you either. Let's go. The two of us began chatting together as we walked towards Sayaka's. The more I talked with Toka, the more he surprised me. Perhaps because, as a god, he was all-knowing, but the breadth of his knowledge continued to amaze me. Oh, that's right. There was something I wanted to ask him. Oh, choice time. What was it again? Okay, so this is where we'd save if we had voice completion, but we're not doing the voice act. Well, I mean, we will do it later, but we're not gonna, like, you know. Well, I mean, maybe, because we could start here and then pop in and then, like, whatever. But anyway, we don't have it saved for everybody else, so it's likes. Part of me thinks I shouldn't, but curiosity got the best of me, and I had to ask. Toka, what kind of things do you like? You? Just as I thought. Let me change the subject. Look at you acting bashful. You're overflowing with my love. Is there anything else you like besides me? Nope. Yep. No need to ask such silly questions. Are you actually questioning my love? Look, he's mad. It's so cute. Why is he scolding me? I'm sorry. This is annoying. I'll just apologize. I think I'm starting to understand you a little better now. Well, I'm glad to hear. I love you today, too. Why, thank you. I never wanted to ask Toka about what he liked, or about me ever again. I love it. What do you like? You? Nobody mean other than me. Are you doubting my love? Sir, simmer down. I need to find her. Toka, I thought we could skip, but apparently it was, like, only a couple sentences. If you're searching for someone, I'm here to help. I'll inform the spirits as well. Toka seemed to have figured it out just by looking at me, and his words filled me with relief. Okay. Hi, stretching. I bought this for you, Sayaka, because we find Sayaka in the library. Isn't she doing a spell to, like, curse me or some shit? I bought this for you, Sayaka. It's a charm from Tsukumo Shrine. But unlike the one you gave me, this one is for relationships. I looked over at Toka, and he smiled. Feeling reassured by his smile, I continued. It's supposed to bring harmony to a relationship, to strengthen the bond between two people. I shared with her what Toka had told me about the charm, pouring my heart into the words as I spoke them. No matter where we go, no matter what happens, Sayaka, the bond that ties us together will never be cut. And then she's like, I was trying to do this to kill you, basically. And then, no, I'm just kidding. And then we get our new slips, and then we're debating what we're going to do. Wouldn't it be best to consult the spirits about this? Toka appeared after he spoke. I'll consult them if I get stuck, but figuring out my future is probably something I need to do on my own. Oh, right. But, you haven't been able to decide by yourself all this time, right? You got me there. In that case... Toka approached and placed his hand on my knee. Sir? Your hand better not start creeping up my thigh. Or maybe we wanted to. I don't know. Allow me to help. I've been watching you all this time. Surely I'll be able to come up with something that suits you, Spacey. I was also thinking about this, so... because I forgot. He mentioned in the last part, like, oh, you know, I used to look older or something like that, or he made that kind of comment and then he chose this for him and was like, did you though? Or again, maybe because if as a child or like a baby we saw him, it would be less intimidating, right? We were kind of theorizing that, whatever. I did anyway. But like, if he has an older form, or him just asking, do you like older looking guys? Like, whatever. Do you think that's why they gave him, like, the baby face that also kind of looks like overlaid with an old, not an old man, but you know what I mean? It's the eyebrows. But you know what I mean? Where it's like he's got the baby face, but it's really not a baby face, and it's the weird juxtaposition. It's like a weird balance because, like, is he gonna, like, are we gonna age up? So instead of, like, having, like, the innocent, sweet little face, are you gonna just, like, turn sexy later? Because, like, I could be here for that, you know? Because that doesn't happen in games. They don't do that. But, like, he made this comment, like, or like, we said something, and there was something in the lines that made me think about that. Like, did he have a more grown-up looking form, especially? And he's like, I chose this form. And it's like, did you, though? Like, I don't know. There was something odd about that conversation that, like, made me wonder. You know what I mean? Like, and I thought, but I'm thinking, like, did I see a CG where I can't quite remember because, like, I know, I mean, you see him on the artwork and we saw him in the back, but I swear, like, then I'm like, did I see it? Something where he did look older? Or am I just hallucinating that? Now I can't remember, but, like, I'm starting, you know what I mean? Like, did I read that somewhere? Because, like, I'm not sure, so I'm just wondering. You know what I mean? Like, maybe. And then I'm like, and then it is one of those, like, wait, is it just from when he said that? Did I see that or read it somewhere? Like, kind of spoil that for myself? But now I don't know if I'm hallucinating. Because I don't remember, because it's been so long. Like, I know before we started the game, like, I had the cards or whatever that come with the game. I think this one came, like, because I pre-ordered it or whatever. They show him, but in a little chibi form, so you see his cute little self. So it's like, Toko wasn't a surprise for me. You know what I mean? Like, I knew what sort of to expect, but I also... Anyway, I don't know. Now everything's swirling in my brain, and I'm like, I don't know where my thoughts are going. So whatever. Anyway, we'll see. Come up with something. Okay, we read that. Oh, you'll do that? He nodded vigorously, and I considered his offer. If Toka really has observed me since I was young, he might actually know what suits me best. Let me guess, pastry chef? The idea of a god helping me figure out my future seemed like cheating. He did say he can't use his powers right now. I appreciate your offer, but is it alright for a god to favor a specific person so much? It was a question that had been on my mind for some time now. It wasn't as though he was using his god powers to help me, but I still wanted to know. It's okay as long as I don't use my powers for personal gain. Hence why I won't use any of my powers on you. So you mean you'll just give advice like you've been doing, and that's all? Yep. I'll even seal my special Tengu powers. Wow, so you mean good things might happen to me for once in my life? Seal them? That sounds odd. But you said you couldn't use your powers on me anyway, right? His phrasing was suspicious. I figured his powers were already sealed. Huh? See, there's a lot of things about him that are slightly suspicious, but... Oh, you can't just laugh it off. I'm sorry. And the truth is, I've been lying to you. That meant you could use your powers on me this whole time? Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you about the Spirited Away incident the other day. Oh. Oh, right, this is when he gets crazy eyes. Have you heard of being spirited away? Could you imagine if we gave that voice to him? No, but, like, he says slightly different. Have you heard of being spirited away? Because of that stupid priest, my whole plan for you was ruined. So my only choice was to put my faith in those spirits. I hoped they could guide you toward the proper path. But I suppose my prayers were in vain. Back then, Yukimaru intervened, and during the chaos, Koharu pulled me away, helping me escape. So you're saying if Yukimaru and Koharu hadn't been there, I could have been spirited away? Toka nodded apologetically, and I leaned back in shock, because he's like, I've seen those other realities, and you keep falling in love with dead guys. Except for Koyo, he's just in a coma, but... Don't worry, though. I have no intention of doing that now. Please, you don't need to pull away. Okay, but it was a reflex. I sure owe Yukimaru big time, right? We should give him snacks. Let's go get him Yukimaru snacks. He's like Scooby-Doo, but he's got Yukimaru snacks instead of Scooby snacks. We could just get him Scooby snacks. It doesn't even matter if they're dog treats. He'd eat them. He's such an idiot, but I love him so much. But you said you can't use your powers for personal reasons, right? Wouldn't spiriting someone away count as using your powers for personal gain? No, when you keep falling in love with everybody else. He didn't say that, but I mean, legit. Well, yes, but it's my duty as a Tengu to impose burdens on people. Anyway, doing something like spiriting away would have been too far extreme. Would have been too far extreme. It's a really odd phrase. Too far extreme. Far too extreme? Too far extreme? Anyway, my clan would have scolded me for favoring you. Giving a burden like that hardly seems like favoritism. But I guess if it's his job to give people burdens, the bigger the burden, the bigger the favoritism. Yeah, I wish you hated me then so you'd stop giving me any kind of burdens. Seems nice. I can't help but favor you, Spacey. I just adore you. I want to see you grow up and take on the world. I'm not sure how to feel about all this. Also, why did you change your mind about trying to spirit me away? Did something happen? I'd figured that Yukimaru hanging around and Koharu haunting me would be enough of a challenge. But despite all that, Toka's feelings on the matter must have changed again. That has to be why he tried to spirit me away. Didn't I say I talked with Yukimaru and reconsidered it? Oh, right. Here's what happened. Toka looked away, starting to recount the events as if piecing his fragmented memories together. I don't know why we had to, gray out that screen to come back to the background to then fade out to come here. We could have just straight up faded to here. It was a very weird transition from Toka with our bedroom background to just our bedroom background for such a long period of time. It felt like to then come here, just cut that transition out and go straight from bedroom with Toka to here. That's just such an odd choice. I feel like they've done that a couple times, though, and it's like, why? But anyway. After attempting to spirit you away, Koharu quickly pulled your hand and you both escaped. That's when Yukimaru and I discussed the situation. You had me totally fooled. I never expected you were lying when you said you couldn't use your powers on her. Finally grasping the situation, Yukimaru called me out. I'd expect nothing less from a former god. Oh, by the way, Yukimaru used to be a god. As for why he's not now, well, that's for him to tell you, not me. Seeing the two of you haunt her, I thought that was burden enough. That's why I figured I didn't need to put her through being spirited away. But your methods are too lenient. I'm worried her life will derail without a stronger push. You'd put her through being spirited away, even at the risk of killing her? Yeah, which has happened quite a few times. And also a lot of times because we got to die. Some of the times our good endings were we died to stay with our boyfriends. So I'm just saying, we've probably died in half of the endings. Because in bad endings, we basically die. And some of the good endings, we die. So it's 50-50 here. Jesus, Toka, what the fuck? I'm not complaining, though, when I died in hell and I got to stay with Seiya. Or, I mean, I'm not begrudging getting to die and staying with my ghost boyfriends, and most of them, to be fair, so, anyway. If she continues to stray, she'll eventually face a fate worse than death. She wouldn't feel alive at all. Fair point. But man, you and I sure tackle problems differently. Do you think you can guide her back to the right track? Of course. I'm her guardian spirit after all. I may still be in training, so you might not believe in me, but I have Koharu by my side. He's responsible. So what do you say? Leave her in our hands. Her future, that is. Yukimaru exuded an aura of confidence that overwhelmed even me. Despite losing his divine powers, his determination remained unshaken. If you don't agree, then we'll have to go with her, to wherever you plan on spiriting her away. Why go to such lengths? And that's a funny question to ask. It's my duty as her guardian spirit, and Koharu seems pretty intent on continuing to haunt her. And neither of us have any other options. Okay, so now spirit me away into the... Wait, we'll go to the park. I can see spirits. We'll pick up Sena and Koyo, and then we'll go to the school, and we'll pick up everybody, and then you can go, and then you can spirit me away to hell, and then we'll all be in hell with Seiya, and I can keep my man harem. But not Minami. Look, I love Hibiki, but I still wouldn't take him as part of my man harem, just because he's not for me, but his route was really cute. Okay, so I'll give you that, but you know what I mean? So, like, we'll get an almost full game man harem. Because, like, to be fair, Hibiki and Minami are, like, Toka's questionable right now. Because he's got a little baby face, but it still looks older. And if they age him up at some point, then maybe I'll be okay with it. Then they'll be like, all right, we're here now. You know what I mean? But, like, at the moment, it's like, questionable. But everybody else in this game I take into the man harem, no question. So this is, like... a really good game when you have almost a full man harem. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of characters in here. Obviously, most games you get like, 5, maybe 6. And there's usually like that one where you're like, they got the baby face, so I'm not into them. So there's like one that you're not into, you know? But with having 9, you're kind of thinking there's going to be like, okay, maybe half of them you're going to like. You're not going to like almost all of them, but... And again, Hibiki's just not personally for me, but his route was really good, and I absolutely understand why people love him. Totally get it. I only hate Minami. But not in the same hate where I hate Finn from Steam Prison or Toma from Amnesia Memories, right? You know what I mean? It's not the same level of hatred. It's just like, no. And again, I'm still sitting here with the, it doesn't make sense, because like the character himself... You know what I mean? The concept of the character and what they did in the story, like, that's all good. I just don't know what it was about him that I just disliked. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. So he's kind of in that weird, I don't like him, but I can't quite explain why, because it doesn't make sense even to me. Like, vibes? I don't know. You know what I mean? But, so, you know, well... It's a good game when you like 99% of the love interest, you know what I mean? Like, if there's only one that you're not into, like, so I'm just saying. So this is great. Let's go pick up the ones that we want. I mean, you know, let's go. It's going to be fun. Anyway. But I want you to know, I truly admire how much you care for her. You knew she'd hate you for it, but you were still willing to spirit her away. It irritated me to no end. He spoke as though he knew exactly what I was thinking. Actually, he did know what I was thinking, but it was just the way he said it. He realized there was a part of me that was afraid of being hated by you, Spacey. And I've long prepared for that. Oh, is that so? Then why do you look so pained right now? Here's an idea. How about you stay with us, supporting her alongside us? What do you say? If she has all 3 of us, I'm sure we can guide her to a happy future. In that moment, a dream appeared to me. I can protect you, Spacey, without exposing you to great danger. I can ensure your happiness without overwhelming you. I've been focusing on observing, waiting to see what impact you two would have on her. But if supporting her alongside you can help her grow, I wonder if I'm failing as a Tengu for hoping that's the case. If that's your personal feeling, I can't answer that for you. However, Toka, I don't think you need to force yourself to be Tengu all the time either. If you're troubled about her future as a Tengu, why did you tell her your name? You could have just had her call you God. Oh, well, I was supposed to just watch over you, but I got greedy. Thanks to that priest's exorcism, you could see me, Spacey. I wanted to talk with you. I wanted to lock eyes with you. I wanted to touch you. And these desires kept popping up in my mind. You know, Toka, if you have feelings for her, not as a Tengu, but as you, maybe that means you need to change your approach. You know, Yukimoto is being so fucking smart right now. He's rubbing those brain cells together. He is using those two brain cells, bashing them together, and coming out with some genius right now. And then all of a sudden, food's going to come into the picture and he's going to be a fucking idiot again. Like, but see, that's what we love about our little himbos, right? Because they're kind of stupid sometimes, but every once in a while, they just sit down, put the brain cap on, and they're just fucking geniuses. And it's like, wow, it's amazing. And then they get stupid again, and you're like, yep, there they go, okay. You know? Like, the hamster is running overtime in that wheel in his brain, and it's amazing. You know? It's funny because I didn't expect to like Yukimaro as much as I did. It was one of those like, okay, yeah, okay. He seems fine, but he's the pretty one. So like sometimes the super pretty characters are fun, but like, not my favorites. You know what I mean? They're good characters. You'll be like, yeah, no, I really still like them, but they're not like top. But I love him. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know how you can't. But, like, I also am like, it doesn't really suit, like, there are typical ones I'm going to love. The broody, moody, put glasses on them, basically. You know? We know. The bastard, bespectacled boyfriends. That's basically it, okay? You throw glasses on them, I'm sold. You make them a little broody, moody, and kind of a little bit cold. Done. Here for it. That's everything. And every once in a while, a little himbo pops up like this, and you're like, I just adore him so much. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's one of my favorites. No one will ever top Seiya. Okay. And Kureha. He's up there too, but Seiya's still number one. But, like, Yukimaru's up there further than he should be, really, in the pack. Because, like, why are you so precious and ridiculous? I don't know. Anyway, a lot of shit in this game doesn't make sense to me. This game has really made me slightly confused with, like, my love and hates. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Seiya makes sense, though. That beautiful bastard makes a lot of sense. But, like, anyway. Kureha makes a lot of fucking sense. But some of the other ones don't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know. Like why I love them as much as I do, instead of just being, no, I love them. It's like, no, I adore you. I just want to protect you. God, why are you so precious? It could just be because we're in this round. He's just around, but I don't know. Anyway. And not with godly powers, but maybe you can find a way to help her on your own terms. Support her on my own terms? I've been a Tengu for so long, and yet Yukimaro's idea was invigorating to me. I wanted to support you, not as a Tengu, but as me, as Toka. He's a good boy. You getting fidgety? Did you not go potties before we came up here? Toka let out a long sigh when he finished speaking. I was really surprised to hear that Yukimaro was going that far to make me happy. I had to itch my nose. You don't get to bite me because I itch in my nose. And I was left speechless by how deep Toka's feelings were. What are you doing? What are you doing? You look like you're barfing. I know you're not barfing. You adjusting? You adjusting your crop? Yeah? You got something stuck in there? You got CBs? Don't bite the headset. If you want to say hello to people, you chirpies. You make chatter noises. He was such a chatterbox yesterday. Not when we recorded, but like, don't bite my hand. That's not nice. You're being mean. He's like, pet me, bitch. He just wouldn't stop. He was like all day long. Like, what is with you? You're normally not very loud, but you were just being a chatterbox last night. You were. You were chatting a lot. Who were you talking to? Were you talking to ghosts? Like, he's not talking. Like last night, I'm like watching TV, and he's just like, like chatterboxing along, and I'm like, what the fuck is with? Like, he'll shriek and chirp sometimes when he's playing with his toys, which is rare because he doesn't play very much. Or he'll make random noises like that. But he was just chatting along to whatever. I'm like, what is with you? It's really weird because my instinct is like, shh, what are you doing? And then I'm like, why am I telling him to shush? Like, no, it's okay to make noise. But it's just so weird for him. I'm like, are you possessed? Like, you was very, very chatty last night. You can be chatty. I know, because you weren't screaming. Yeah, you weren't screaming. You were being good. You were just blubbering along, just making little garbly noises. You're doing that now. You're talking now. Can people hear you? Don't bite the head. Don't bite the headset. You don't bite it. If you want to talk to people, you gotta use your voice. Use your words. He doesn't have words. Anyway, for my future, huh? This whole situation must have caused so many issues for Toka, and he had done it all for me. He talks when I talk. If I had spirited you away, all I could do from that point on would be to watch. But because it's you, Spacey, I want you to learn from the challenges I give you. That's my wish. That's the type of god I am. I thought that would be the best for you. But not anymore. Oh, thank God. I will brighten your future, not as a god, but on my own terms. I promise. So please, let me help you. His sincerity was obvious. Otherwise, why was he trying to Otherwise, why was he trying to desperately to communicate? Okay, no, so it's not just me. I couldn't read that sentence because it doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, why was he trying desperately to communicate with me? Before, he was just a god who'd planned to put me through difficult trials. Now he was just someone who wanted to help me. To be fair, he was a god that wanted to help you by putting you through difficult trials before. Now he just wants to help you in non-douchey ways. Why are her light bulbs different? I know we've been here the whole damn game. But, I don't mean she's got the little bar in the back with the spotlights. But I mean the two pendant lights hanging. One is a bare bulb and the other one has a little, net thing over it. You know what I mean? Like a wire shade. Why are they different? Why we ain't got a shade on the other one? They look different colors too, but I'm just going to assume that it's just the angle and the lighting and that's why they look different colors. Like the bulbs and the, fixtures. But, I just, listen, I don't know why I just noticed that, but it's annoying now. Anyway, he devoted himself to me and my well-being. How could I possibly refuse him? And so, I'd like to accept your offer. Please help me. I bowed lightly toward him. Oh my God. I was going to say, they did a white screen, and I was like, I was just thinking to myself, as I was right about to say it when this popped up, I was going to be like, I'm not even going to say CG, because they do this all the goddamn time where they fade to white, and you're like, CG, and then it's not, and yet this time it was. The one motherfucking time I don't say anything. Anyway, look at how happy and adorable he is. This is cute. I'm so glad. Oh, it's supposed to be, I'm so glad. Toka seemed to lose all of his strength and crumble to the floor, crawling to my knees. Gosh, he's so cute. He kind of is adorable in this. Look at him. But also, even in this, he's got an adorable little face, but it doesn't look baby-faced. You know what I mean? It was probably rude to think of a god that way. Not to mention the fact that he'd already told me he saw me in a romantic light. This makes me so happy. Now I can assist you without holding back, Spacey. I'm the one who should be grateful. That reminds me, when Sayaka offered to help me find my path, she had a similar reaction. I see. She was thinking of me. That's what made her so happy. Thank you, Toka. I'll look forward to working together. With your help, I feel hopeful. You've observed me more than anyone else, after all. I felt the sincerity in my words, and his grip on my heart tightened. His little blushy face. Oh, he's basically hugging us. Oh, and look at his face. He looks so sweet right now. Spacey. How cute is this? I'm so glad I didn't spirit you away. To be able to help you directly like this, I'm grateful for this chance, and I know it'll be a precious memory for me. See, he's like, good, because if I spirited you away, you'd fall in love with someone else. Damn right I would. Toka often acted childishly, but there were moments of maturity like this, and I felt my heart rate quicken even more. He once told me he was much older than me, which I found hard to believe at the time, but not anymore. Oh, and you don't have to worry anymore. The turmoil I sensed in your life is gone. Thanks to those spirits running around, my predictions about your life were way off. I felt relieved to hear that, but that brought up a whole new set of questions in my mind. If Yukimaru and Koharu hadn't intervened, would the prediction have been right? In that case, would I have been spirited away? Yes. I always thought that was the stuff of urban legends, but now I know it's real. Toka, can you actually see the future? No, I can only make predictions, but they're usually accurate. These predictions aren't detailed either, just merely the conclusion of trends. I never knew gods had such abilities. Then what about now? I can't predict anything specific now, but I'm sure you're on a good path. That's reassuring to hear. But we can't be complacent. You still need to decide on your career path. Ugh, I guess. Stop. Toka stepped away from me. Here you go. He placed a stack of heavy papers on my desk, leaving me without words. I hesitantly looked at the cover. Top 100 things Spacey is fit for was written boldly on the top. What is this? It's exactly what it says. I've compiled some ideas for you. Top 100. Did he really come up with 100 ideas for me? He's like, actually, I came up with 600, but these is just the top 100. You excel in almost anything that doesn't require physical strength, Spacey. I had so many ideas, I really struggled to narrow it down to just 100. You had even more ideas? Maybe around 1,000? 1,000? Please make sure you finish reading everything by tomorrow. Tomorrow? That's impossible! By the time I tried to reach for him, he was gone. But seeing how much Toka had gone through to make this list, I knew I had to try. Alright, let's do this. With newfound determination, I turned towards my desk, ready to tackle the challenge ahead. You're like, it's also like 11:58, so I got 2 minutes till tomorrow. He's gonna pop back in at 12 o'clock. Did you figure it out? Oh, now we're straight up in his route. Okay. No more skipping. Okay. I wasn't sure where we were gonna be, but as I was carefully going through Toka's list, the morning sun began to light up my room. No way, it's already morning? Glancing at the clock, it was nearly 6 a.m. But I was able to check everything, so that's a relief. I'm really tired, though. We spent the whole motherfucking night looking through this shit. That little punk better be happy. Speaking of little punks, I gotta give my little punk a break. You're getting fidgety. You need potty break? I'm sorry. We sat down. We didn't make sure that you went potties before we came upstairs to record, did we? So you probably have been holding it a little bit too long. So you could take a potty breaks? You gotta take breaks? Yeah? Oh, he's a good boy. Who's a good boy? You are. He's a good birdie. Okay. Taking a sip of the now frigid tea, I brewed. Who knew? Okay. I can't read right now. Holy fucking shit. Taking a sip of the now frigid tea I'd brewed who knows how many times, I sighed. I think my brain was trying to think who knew how many hours ago, and it's how many times, and something in my brain broke at trying to comprehend the sentence as it was and not as I was imagining it was going to be. We all know I can't read either, so. I thought I heard the door opening softly and turned around to see who it was. There, I found Toka peeking through the crack. Ah, Toka. Good morning. I hate you. No, just kidding. You bastard! Seriously, I would not be this pleasant if I hadn't slept. Good morning. Looking apologetic, Toka gently entered the room. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to stay up all night reading all that. Last night I just got so excited, I ended up pushing everything all on you. I'm sorry. You should be. He seems so different from the day before. His shoulders slumped and I smiled. At least he knows that he made a mistake and he's apologizing, though, instead of being like, well, you should be grateful to me that I made you a book of 100 things you're good at, and of course you should have just sat there all night doing it. Where's my breakfast? Like some men. So, at least he's like, oh, I kind of fucked up, and you're like, at least you realized you done fucked up a little. But also, we are capable of being like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. I got through part of it and go to bed. You know what I mean? Not staying up till 6 a.m. Also, how detailed are these notes that he put in there? Because you could go through and be like reading this, working in construction. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Doing this. Yeah, I don't think about that. This one, maybe. Okay, you know what I mean? Did she research every single thing? Because that, also could have gone to sleep. So, to be fair, it's on both of us, so. You have nothing to apologize for, Toka. I could tell just by looking through it how much thought you put into this list. It made me happy. I'm tilting my head this way because you're clucking along, and I wanted people to hear you talking. Are you reading? Are you reading lines too? I wasn't just saying that to make him feel better. I truly meant it. It included detailed observations about my personality and abilities, some even I wasn't aware I had. I was truly impressed. I mean, that's helpful. Aw, you're so kind. That's why I love you. It's fucking eyes right now. You're the kind one, Toka. I can't believe he said love so casually again. I couldn't help but feel flustered as he confessed his feelings for me. So, was there anything on that list that stood out to you? Literally nothing, no. Well, if there's anything, even something that gives you just the slightest interest, I'll look into it, so please tell me. Honestly, I hadn't found anything. But after all the work he put in, is it really okay to tell him that? I feel like we should be upfront. I feel like we should, yeah, I think we should be upfront. So, to be, okay, no, we hint at it. All right, so we are like, yeah, I mean, everything was great. It's fine. Yeah, no. Instead of being like, what in the hell? I don't know. Okay. All right, I'm just saying, I feel like being upfront and honest is better. You listed various schools based on my traits, which I found really educational. I was able to take a good look at myself. I feel like this will be really useful in the future. You really are too kind. You're trying not to hurt my feelings, right? Seeing him smile like that, I could tell he was able to see how I really felt. But believe me, the only thing that could hurt me is if you were hurt. For example, if you were to get physically hurt, it would almost be physically painful for me too. What do you mean by that? Honestly, I don't fully understand it myself. I guess I just love you too much. His actions and words alone told me how much he cared about me, but it feels different than romantic love. What Toka felt for me was too profound to be put into simple words. I could feel it. It made my heart flutter. I wasn't embarrassed or shy, just perplexed, and I felt my pulse quicken. For now, at least, I think we're moving in the right direction. You've got the wind at your back now, so try and use it to push yourself forward. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress. His encouragement made me feel like I really did have a bright future waiting for me, which, in turn, lifted my spirits. Just then, the door slammed open and someone else came strolling in. Master, get up! You must get up right away! Oh, sorry. Hey, she's already awake. Also, why are you being so loud? A great idea just popped into my head. You're off today, right? Let's all go out together. Go where? To see stuff. I'll use my aura reading abilities and feel what kind of things grab your attention, what stimulates you. Oh, that might be a good idea, actually. A very uniquely Yukimaro idea, and Yukimaro's gonna be the one to save us here. I've been wondering for a while now. Yukimaro, you can read auras. Toka, you can give people burdens. Do each of you have unique powers? In terms of our abilities, it's different for each individual, unrelated to being a spirit or god. That's right. Koharu has the ability to know the answers to questions asked via the spirit board. I only know the gist of it, though. There are some things even I can't answer. Koharu stated as he walked through the door. With everyone here so early in the morning, it sure is lively. Can I maybe sleep? I'd rather sleep. I want to take a nap, and I actually slept last night, but I still want to take a nap. So, Master, what time should we head out? When did I agree to going out? Although I appreciated Yukimaro's idea and wanted to go along with it, I'm sorry, but I'd like to get a little rest this morning. Oh, you haven't slept at all. That might be my fault. I understood what Toka meant, but Yukimaru and Koharu seemed to get the wrong idea, and their eyes grew wide with surprise. They're like, I knew when he said that might be my fault. I'm like, oh dear God, something's going to come out of this and it's going to be embarrassing. What? What? I had no idea. Since when did the two of you start that kind of a relationship? Oh my God, jumping right into inappropriate. No, it's not like that. What he meant was, hold on. Can a god and a human even have that kind of relationship? Hey, as long as he's got a physical form, we can have a physical relationship. I'm just saying, right? Huh? What do you mean that kind of relationship? Everyone stop! You're all mistaken! Toka merely blinked with confusion. He had no idea how suggestive his comments were. We're not there yet. Yet? Girl. Huh? Yet? I love how they put that in there, because you're like, yet, girl. And then she's like, wait, yet? And then even she catches herself. That's great. Brilliant. I love it. No, before I can think about that, first I need to clear things up with Yukimaru and Koharu. Yukimaru looks so disappointed and Koharu looks so mad, like, how dare you? And Yukimaru's like, was it me? While Spacey was getting ready, I decided to watch TV and thought about our earlier misunderstanding. Sure, I had phrased it suggestively on accident, but to see her deny it so vehemently, it was my fault Yukimaru and Koharu misunderstood. Yet as she frantically clarified that we're not in that kind of relationship, it made me wonder. I wasn't exactly seeking her love, yet a part of me wanted it. Initially, I was content just admiring her, but perhaps my feelings are changing. It's almost time for Tonodamaru to start. Yukimaru had slid up to me unnoticed. Today, Tonodamaru is going to assume his adult form and confront an enemy general. I can't wait. His adult form? See, and they keep talking about adult form, so I feel like Toka's going to end up having an adult form, and then it's going to be like, all right, I'm into it now. You know what I mean? Okay, the concept of Toka, like the god that gives you burdens and whatever, and he's kind of adorable and everything. So, like, okay, I'm okay with the personality and stuff like that. Like, and I actually, for a babyface love interest, I'm not like, It's like, actually, I don't mind because he still has this aura and there's something in his face that's like old man mixed in with the baby face. So it's a little weird, but I'm still not 100% with like the baby face. You know what I mean? It's one of those, like, there's so many love interests that have like the little baby face that you're like, if you didn't have the baby face, 100%, but that's what takes me out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you're 3,000 years old, you look 12. Although Toka has like the innocence, but also the mature. He's a very strange situation, you know? But, you know, so I'm just more intrigued if they're gonna give you a grown-up look, you know what I mean? Because, like, bring that on. Because, you know? Anyway, his adult form? Perhaps if I regained that form, she would notice me. Okay, so he did have see, he said that. Didn't he say that? Okay, so I feel like they mentioned that in the last part. Like, oh, I chose this form, and then it's like, but maybe, yeah, he chose this form, but now he's gotten stuck in it or something, you know? Or something. I don't know. Maybe he didn't choose it. I don't know what the deal is with that, but yeah. Choose. See if you can go back. That'd be interesting. See, at least the lights down here all have a lampshade. They're different colors, but they're still like lampshades. Why do we only have one shade in one of our lamps in our room? I don't know why that's bothering me, but now it's weird. Gazing at my small hands, I sighed. I was proud of this form. I wore it as a badge of honor. That feeling hadn't changed. And my feelings for her have grown to a point where I yearn to be in my adult form again. Love was indeed terrifying. It unsettled and bewildered the heart. Why are you sighing? Tonodamaru is starting. Yukimaru, you seem so happy. Aren't you fortunate? I owe my happiness to the people around me. It seems like everyone in this house is very happy. Oh, really? Indeed, the joy of humans brings me comfort, which is probably why I'm so happy. Master seems much better than before, too. I get restless if those close to me are unhappy. I feel compelled to act, but it's different now, and my heart feels light. Honestly, I had felt the same way about my relationship with Spacey. Exactly the same. I do anything for the sake of my master's happiness, which, in turn, works out for me as a guardian spirit. Like, look at his giant saucer fucking eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has, like, look, he's like a labradoodle. I don't know why I love him so much, but I do. In other words, you're only helping others to make yourself more comfortable, Yukimaro. What a silly question. Since the moment I ceased being a god, I've lived solely for myself. Is that so? To live for my own sake? Feeling oddly uplifted after I chat, I enjoyed watching Tono tomorrow with Yukimaro. See, so that's interesting. Because now I feel like he's going to be like, I'm going to step down being a god so that he can be with us. Okay? And then maybe when he does that, he's going to regain his human form, or the adult form, or whatever. Cool. I'm into that. Oh, okay. I was like, there was something else I was thinking, and I was trying to, like, formulate what it was in my head. So, I'm wondering, like, okay. Well, I mean, I guess we shouldn't ask that question because we're not there yet if he doesn't get an adult form. But I guess my thought process is if he does, that's better for me because I'd be like, okay, that'll make me like the character a little bit. I mean, like, I like his character enough, but, like, I wouldn't be sold on the romanticness because I'd be like, babyface, not into that, you know? But, like, if all of a sudden he has a glow up and it's like, okay, now he looks like an adult. Okay, sold. Here for this. Okay, you know what I mean? But I'm wondering, because I know that there's a lot of people who love, like, the babyface love interest, who are like, totally, absolutely love the lolly boys. Oh my god, that's their thing. I'm wondering if that would annoy you. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I love the little, like, you love the little babyface ones, and then all of a sudden they're like, glow up, and now look, he looks like a normal man. You know what I mean? Would that be like a turn off? Because I'll be honest, if I were like into a love interest, you know, where, oh my god, Say is my favorite, right? And then they like babyfied him at the end and they're like, look, now he has a little baby face. And that's the way he turned out. I'd be like, nope, that just ruins everything for me. You know what I mean? Because I don't like babyface love interests. So that would kind of ruin it. So I'm wondering if the reverse is true. If you're like, I mean, if you're in the, like, I like some of them sometimes, and like the baby faceness doesn't bother you. Like, sometimes you like them and sometimes you don't. It depends on the character. This probably wouldn't bother you. But if you were like, oh my god, the baby face love interests are your favorite. Like me, glasses. Put the glasses back. Glasses stay on during sex. Put them back on. You know what I mean? Like, don't, like, give me a glasses character and then, like, oh, the glow up is they take their glasses. You put those glasses back on. Don't you dare take them off. Once in a while, that's fine, but you put them back on and they stay on. Okay? You don't just, like, change the character and then, like, now they've got a new outfit and no glasses. No. Put those back. You know what I'm saying? That would be like, what the fuck? You know? They gotta keep them. You know? So, like, if you were into the babyface love interest, that's your shit. That's your jam. That's the trope you're into. And then they took one and you're like, I love this character. And then they aged him up. You'd be like, the fuck? You know? Huh. So I'm wondering what the reception was like on that. Anyway, after getting ready, I headed downstairs to the living room for breakfast. Oh, hey! Are you sure you don't need more sleep? I woke up early. Telling her I'd pulled an all-nighter might worry her, so I avoided mentioning it. She flashed me a worried smile. She flashed me. I don't know why flashed me. Why did I not say flash right? Wow. You haven't slept much, have you? You were researching your career, right? Huh? How did you know? Mom just gave me a sad smile as she served me a steaming bowl of rice. There's that look again. Then I felt a small hand on my shoulder. Toka was standing by my side. Don't worry too much about your mom's feelings. Toka? I know it might seem forward, but I summoned your father's spirit from heaven to appear in your mom's dream. I stared at Toka, amazed. Heaven? Wait, what did you do? Seeing my puzzled face, Toka began to explain, and our mom's like, what is she staring off into space for? I asked your father to share his true feelings with your mother. He readily agreed and visited your mother in a dream a few days ago. The two of them had a good conversation. He said he wanted his wife to move on and his 2 daughters to live freely and grow up happy. And that's all. He gazed into the distance as he spoke, then gave me a reassuring smile. Your mother took his message to heart. She sincerely wants you to follow your own path now. You should know you're dearly loved by both your parents. Embrace that and forge your own path. Embrace it. Okay, because we haven't had the conversation with our mother where we kind of had the conversation, I think, earlier in the common area where it was like, I want to choose my own. She's like, what did I do? I did everything right. And you're like, oh, dear God. You know what I mean? But we haven't had the continued conversations because we had them in Koharu and Yukimaru's routes where we continue to talk. And she's like, no, I pressured you and I shouldn't have done that. And we're like, Mom, it's okay. And then she's like, and you're like, so you want me to follow my own path? And she's like, absolutely. And we had those conversations and this is Toka's version. Okay, so all right. Embrace it. I never questioned their love for me. It was just hard for me to fully embrace it. My insecurities and anxiety had kept me from doing so. I smiled back at Toka and then turned to my mom. I'm still figuring out my future plans, but I'll definitely find my dream. Then her sad smile turned genuine. If that's the case, I'm relieved. I'll support you with everything I've got. Perhaps I too had been to blame for not sharing my feelings with my mom. A little bit, but you're a kid, so you're young. You know what I mean? You're a teenager and your mom's put this pressure on you. It's a little hard sometimes to know when it's okay to stand up or to be able to stand up. You know what I mean? That's something you learn over time. Seeing my mom's face light up, I felt a kind of warmth spread through my chest. But maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe it was because Toka had allowed my father to visit my mother that this moment was possible. Yes, definitely. Morning! What? Spacey, you're up early on your day off. Yeah, but I think I'll take a little nap now. Yeah, you should. Rest well. Oh, that's the mother. Yes, you should. Rest well. You've been working hard, so take it easy. What? You're going to sleep now? Yeah, the thing is... After explaining, I enjoyed a hearty breakfast, then headed back to my room for some rest. And we're going to wrap it up here. I think it's good. Yes, she's at least not... My mom's evil. I like the fact that they always have her taking responsibility. Maybe I should have communicated with my mom. And it's yes. But again, also, you're 16, 17. That's a very hard thing to do, especially when you have family pressure, because... that's something that comes from your parents. Your parents are supposed to kind of guide you in that to, knowing when you need to stand up for yourself, knowing, when to do... And your parents shouldn't be oh, but you're going to go do this. Stand up for yourself, except for to me. But you know what I mean? And her mom wasn't really teaching us that, but it was oh, you're going to go to medical school, just like your dad. Okay, it's settled. And we're okay. And she's been doing that our whole life, so you kind of get in that... Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. It's not what I want to do. You're kind of shutting yourself down with what you want to do because your mom's kind of shutting it down too. You know what I mean? So they're both very much to blame here. Definitely more the mother than we are, because it's very hard when you've grown up in that situation to find, your legs to stand on and stand up and be but I don't want to do that when that's told what you're going to do. You know what I mean? And it takes a long time to get to the point where you're yeah, no, that's actually not right. You shouldn't be telling me what I'm going to do. Within respect, obviously, your parents are going to tell you this is your curfew and that's your curfew for a reason and stuff like that. And, but when it comes to your future plans, your parents shouldn't be dictating everything you do. But it's hard to stand up for that and to that when that's just normal for you, you know what I mean? So yes, we should have said something to our mom, and yes, our mother should have appreciated and respected our decision, but we were both kind of we know why our mom was doing that, and we know why we weren't able to do that. So it's I like the fact that they kind of show both of them being a little bit wrong, but... And not oh, my mom is awful, or your mom seems awful in the beginning. But you're we kind of understand why she's like this. And she's not trying to do this to be an asshole. She's just not really, it's her way of grieving and she's not thinking logically. And that happens in the real world. You know what I mean? Grief doesn't make you logical. It makes you highly illogical. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Anyway. I'm very hungry, so we're going to go get lunches. Yeah, we are. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.